Hello, I am finally back with another flip through for you. This is my vintage Botanicals Happy Planner. This was supposed to start in July, but I didn't need it in July, so I just took those pages out. It originally comes with this black cover type of deal, and this is usually the front. But I'm not a fan of the black. It's just kind of dark and depressing. So I flipped it inside out. I think this is so much prettier. Just a neutral floral, and it looks gorgeous on these blush rings. Can't remember if it was the Pen and Paper Girl or At Home with Kita that did this as well, but I fell in love with it. And I really thought that the list type of layout was gonna be great for me and I was gonna find a planner piece right away. That was not the case. I still don't know if it's my jam. It's a work in progress. So today I'm going to flip through August and September for you. And so here we go. So in the front, we just have some stickers that represent me, my name page. Please don't make fun of my lettering. I am trying very, very hard to improve. I'm learning from Caliva Plan's kind of tutorial videos. I definitely recommend her if you're trying to improve your lettering. Up here, I just have my today bookmark that is in, obviously on today's date, and then another one in the back that divides my bullet journal from my planner. The next page just has a calendar that I never refer to and a blank page that I'm sure will get filled up eventually with something or another. Some pictures from that month, the month before. So these are pictures from July, and then just a little tidbit about July. The only thing that I'm not a fan of in this planner is just how dark it was, the cover, and then up here, I'm pretty sure all of the monthly views have this very, very dark header, but it's fine. So for the monthly views, I really just use it as a place where I can be as messy as I want. I can cross things out. I can scribble things in really quick. On the sidebar here, I jot down notes or things that I need to get done in that month that don't have a specific time frame. So here, there's not an example of that, but it just has my estimated graduation date, some questions that I needed to ask the financial aid office at my school, and so on. It's just kind of where I jot down things. This is my monthly view. This was the first one I did, and it wasn't very practical for me, so I switched things around, and I'm still switching things around. September was different than August, and October is different from September, and I can already tell you that November will be different from October. So anywho, up here was a to buy section, but it's more of like a wish list. I didn't need a lot of these things. I just wanted them. So places that we wanted to go and during that month, and just a habit tracker. Let's not talk about it. It's awful. But like the gym, that's just embarrassing. And the next month was even more embarrassing. My top priorities list, I didn't know what to do with it, so I just kind of put some stuff down. It changed. Dinners, embarrassing. We went out to eat so much in August and so much in September, but hopefully we get better in October now that, you know, things are settling down. We're back into a routine. So, and then here I just put down a quote that I like, and I need to hear this all the time. For some silly reason, I decided I needed to put my monthly brain dump on this page and an extra habit tracker, which didn't work out, and I don't know why I didn't utilize space elsewhere instead of taking up days, because this turned into a pain when I ran out of space at the end of the month. But you live and you learn, right? This was my very first weekly. I told myself I was gonna go easy on the stickers, but as you can see, I did not stick to that very well. The next week is me trying to stick to that a little better because I realized I went a little out of hand. So I went a little easier on the stickers. The third week, I did a lot better at staying away from stickers. Just a few, not a whole lot. In the notes section, our puppy was coming home at the end of that month, so I just wrote some notes and some checklists on things we needed to get done before he came home. Over here, I had a frivolous spends page, which I enjoyed, but I didn't like the way I was doing it. So actually now I'm actually thinking I might want to put this in the front somewhere in the beginning of the month. On this page maybe. It kept me accountable for my money and where I was spending. And then in this spot, it was just a place where I could just write things down quickly. Moving into September, puppy came home in August, at the very, very end of August, the 27th. Another monthly, just another little, see, here are some examples of, I didn't really have a specific day that these needed to get done. I just knew that I wanted to get them done in September. So switched some things around. My wish list is still at the top, except for I called it a wish list instead of a to buy section. Still doing habit tracker. Let's not talk about this one. That's just embarrassing. So I tried to get myself to remember to make healthy choices, which spoiler alert, it didn't work, but I tried. Yeah. Some quote. And I just always like to remember this quote because, side note, fast forward if you don't want to hear me ramble, but I really love this quote because I am so bad at saying I can't wait for this and I can't wait for that. And then whatever I can't wait for, once it comes, I can't wait for something else. And I forget to think about the fact that there was one point where I couldn't wait for what I'm doing right now. So I need to remember that. And so that's a good quote to keep that in mind. Anyways, tangent over. So now we are on the next week. Still trying to do my brain dump here for some goofy reason. I don't know why I did that. They give you so much room in this planner for things like this, and I don't know. So just like a monthly brain dump, a checklist of things. My dog is being crazy over there. August kind of spilled into September because of the fact that I did this in August. So I try at the end of every month to do a weigh-in just to hold myself accountable. I started school during this week, so I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with homework. That was pretty much the main goal, and I decided to put it here. Bam Bam, quit. Bam Bam, leave it. Leave it. Come get this. Look. Come get this. My dog likes to take everything out of his toy box and just dig to nowhere in his toy box. So if you hear that scratchy, noisy sound, that's what that is. I'll definitely try not to have him be doing that, but if you do hear it, that's why. I implemented sort of a happening this week section here just because there wasn't a whole lot of space for that, but it didn't really work, so I kind of trashed it. On the second page, I was still trying to figure out how to combat the fact that there wasn't a whole lot of space for things that were happening. There's a ton of space for checklists, but just not a lot of space for things that were happening. And then for homework, I started at the bottom and wrote the list that way. That way, just in case something was going on these days, I had some space to write it down. This is kind of the same thing. Because I ran out of room, I decided I was going to do a bullet journal type style because usually there's line paper here and line paper here. But I messed up, so I just took a page from the July that I didn't use and washi it to it and called it good and just made one. We won't talk about that. That's a hot mess. I have a watch list down here. I do this every month. I just like to look back on what I was watching and what I was interested in, and then I also like to go back just so that I know what days they're on. And then that's the end of September. So flipping to my bullet journal, I have a tracker section, which nothing is in it right now. A collection section that has some lettering practice space. I am going to school to be a teacher, and I watch a lot of teacher tubers, and a lot of them have great ideas and content that I don't want to forget when I do actually become a teacher, because it is in the pretty near future. So I like to have a space to write this down. And it might look like I don't use it, but I actually do. This is just new because I filled up my last one already. So, yeah. A quote section, TV shows to watch. This came out of a wedding extension pack that I didn't use. I had so much fun planning my wedding, but I hated the Happy Planner extension pack for it. I'm still trying to repurpose some of the pages out of it, so that's what this is from. It's just TV shows to watch and where to find them. Just when me and my husband get stumped on what to watch next, we can always refer to this page. Kind of the same thing with movies. Baby names. I really enjoy writing names. I know it's weird, but I like to practice lettering with names. And you can only write your own name so much before you're sick of it. So just some names that I can doodle. The next page in that section was just a list of passwords. I never take out my planner, so I'm comfortable writing them in there. Definitely wouldn't recommend it if you take your planner out on the go with you. Next section is lists, and I just have some planner ideas. Ideas for my memory planner. A brain dump section that I never refer to. A wish list that is falling out. And then I have an inbox section where I keep my recipes that I'm gonna do for the week. Some of them are from my recipe planner if they are recipes that we have tried and they work for us. Otherwise, there's nothing in here right now, but usually it's just on a piece of printer paper that I printed off the internet, and then I just punch it and put it back here. And then here I have a receipt for concert tickets that have not came in the mail yet, and I just want to make sure I have it at least until the tickets come in the mail. And then behind it is a letter I got after we bought our house that talks about my credit score, and there was some discrepancies, I feel like, so I just have it back there so that I can go check it later. And then I have a school section that I never use, but it's fine. Here I just have some scholarship information. I was going to use this for homework. It didn't work out. More information on scholarships. And that, I believe, is the end. Here I just have a little envelope for whatever I want. Right now it's just some scrap paper that could probably be thrown away. And then the back. And that's it. If you did like this video, and if you want to see more, or you want to share your ideas with me, please subscribe and we can be all in this together. Anyways, I will see you next time. Bye!